Well, welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday. Yeah, boy, the week's going by already. I wanted to show you this here. This is a Super C 123. Of course, we're at 3 1/4 now, but they were 1 1/8 before. This is an oversized bore kit that's in it, but the main set is right here, MS 459P, and we got an MS 459P 20. So those should be the right bearings. And the interesting thing of it is those bearings came from a John Deere dealer down in Georgia. So I don't know what John Deere takes the same bearings as a Super C, but apparently there is one out there. I don't know what it is. I don't think they put any international stuff as far as the engines in John Deere stuff. You know, they made their own stuff pretty much. But they did use some, what was it, some Waukesha's maybe early on? Maybe in some of the combines or something. But anyway, yeah, we're going to see if we can't sneak those in there. We'll see how it goes here in a minute. Yeah, we'll see how we can do here. We're going to roll them bearings in. Guess I got one here all ready to go. We'll float them right around on that oil. When you roll bearings into a vehicle, it's real easy because you just loosen up all the mains just a little bit, and it lets the crank drop. But get rid on that tab without hitting nothing else. Beautiful. The bottom's in. Now, this is the hard part, making sure you don't hit the crank. But we'll see. Oh, there we go. Just had to get it right. I brought the papers with it. That's a good thing. So now we will lube that up so that it'll push that. You don't want to actually get it in the bore housing because it'll make things tight. But get that slathered onto the crank. And you can almost get them in. You know, it'll stop about right there. And you know, then all we got to do is just get that screwdriver right there. And that one is in. Got that nice high tack on it. We'll get some more on there. So we got a lot on the thrust. And slather it there a little bit. Yeah, that's about all there is to it. It's pretty simple. Keep them tabs going the right way. I'll get that front one done next. You can watch or you can fast forward, whatever you want to do. Yeah, once you get the bottoms in, you're good. Good as gold, really. This one up here, like I say, I'll film it. If anybody thinks it's too boring, just move on. See here what we're looking at. Yeah, that's not bad. I was some tickled, I'll tell you, when the old UPS truck showed up today. It was kind of funny. I was driving on the tractor, the John Deere there, from over by the greenhouses over to the house. And he happened to swing right in beside of me and stepped out of the, well, he didn't even actually step out of the truck. He just reached out the door and handed them to me. Couldn't have been a better time. But we'll get it out. I got to get something a little more gentle on the cam gear here to pry, and I'll be back. Yeah, I got something here a little better. All you got to do is wiggle it. There she goes. Like I say, if you was upside down in the vehicle, that stuff will come right out. So, we got 2 pieces of paper like we're supposed to. Yeah, we'll see if we can float this one right around. Oh wow, that one went right around beautiful. Chances are the crank is being held up just a little bit by the pistons. Beautiful. Now I pop that old bearing out of the cap. Put that new one in. Number 1's on my side. If you can't see the numbers, but you know it's the number 1, but you don't know which way it goes, these tabs here always go together. Or I've never seen an engine that they didn't. That's always the first time though. There we go. So anyway, I gotta go wash up that center main. That's still over in the parts washer. And I'll bring you back when I'm ready to torque them down. So I got all the caps just snug. And I mean when I talk snug, I'm talking just a few foot-pounds. So take a screwdriver up here and move it from one side to the other on the main. And you can, I don't know if you can see it moving or not with me moving all over. You probably can't, but anyway, that basically aligns this cap with the lower one. Because a lot of people, they try to take up a little bit of clearance with the mains by jockeying the cap off one way or the other when they're not doweled like these aren't. But what happens is now you've got twice the load on half the bearing. So it's not a good idea. You really ought to line them up. Make them the way they're supposed to be. Now that that's set in place, I'm going to go ahead and torque these to 75. Okay. I'm going to start on the main. Go in a little bit of time. Look at that, still turns over. That's a good thing. It's nice to check one to a time, and then if something binds up, you know where to look. Beautiful. I know you won't gain any more, but it's just psychological. I just like to double check them. Yeah. That is all the 75. Everything turns over good. The only thing I'm going to do now is go get a dial indicator. We're going to check our thrust. Okay, the book says 4 to 8. And that right there, I think, is 7. So we are in tolerance. Probably if there was no oil on the main at all, it probably would go 8. I mean, it's about out as far as you'd want it. But it's all free. Everything moves. The only thing, and everything's torqued. All I got to do now is bend these tabs up. And those are kind of a pain in the butt, but I'll do them with a pair of channel locks and a hammer and a chisel, and I'll get them up. There's nothing scientific about it. It's just getting one up. Now, the back here, you never want to bend any of these tabs up because these here hit against this machine shoulder and the bolt turns this way. So you really should bend up either this corner right here or this right here flat across. I'm going to elect probably to do this corner. Probably do this corner because it's an easier one to get to. I might do this one. That one ain't bad either. And we'll do that corner. It doesn't matter which corner you do, as long as it's up tight. What does matter is that this right here is down in behind the bearing, right here and here. Anyway, they're all down where they belong. That's why you straighten them out with a hammer first. I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm also going to shove that connecting rod and piston in, probably off camera, because I've already shown how to do that. And I'll be back here when we get this bottom end pretty well set. Well, I just had this thing on time lapse and somehow I frigged it up and erased it. You know how computers are. This thing's nothing but a little computer and I get not happy with them once in a while. But anyway, yeah, just bend them up so they're good and tight so that will interfere if it tries to back up. You know, got them all the same. I did it with a pair of channel locks. Yeah, they're here somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to put in that last rod. I want to get all these things here so that they're all torqued, all done. And then we can move on, put the oil pump in. I got to make a locking tab for this. Or find the old one. I got to see what kind of condition it's in. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a little bit. Well, I just dropped the oil pump in and see if we can't bend these corners up a little. I was going to make a new one of these, but I had 2 corners that hadn't been used yet. And this is the original one, still got the original International paint on it. So, that's all there is to it. But yeah, that old girl is all set for the front cover. That's the next thing to go on. And I have to rebuild the governor. So I'm going to do that not tomorrow, probably Friday. Carol's got some errands she wants to run, so we're going to do that. So we'll put the front cover on, do the rear main seal. Whoop, down here. Yep, get the camera right. Do the rear main seal probably on Friday when it's snowing. And then we can put the oil pan on and the bottom of this engine will be buttoned up, which makes me very happy. So anyway, hope everybody enjoyed. Hope you came away with something out of it. And if nothing else, enjoyment, right? So anyway, keep safe, everybody. We're going to get some bad weather up here in New England. I'm not going to travel if I don't have to. I'm going to stay home. Hope the rest of you can also do that. I know some of you make a living doing it, but, you know, my plowing days are over. I did that for a number of years. Now, not going to do it anymore. I'll stay home wait till the snow's over and then plow it. So anyway, till the next time, keep safe.